Where
bar
is it?
on the top and bottom.
Oh, it's over here.
It's over there. I'm used to looking here.
Well, I don't think we're good. We flipped the phone because we're trying
a few new things
to see if it.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm over it.
Me too.
Fuck it. Let's just do it live.
Sparkle time shine.
Gotta shine. Gotta
Yes.
shine. Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Steve.
I'm Mark.
And this is SmokeySteveAndMarc.
Oh, yes, it is.
Welcome or welcome back.
Yes, nice to see you.
Happy Tuesday.
Yep.
Best day of the week. It is the best day of the week. It is. Actually, certain Tuesdays are, as we saw yesterday.
Yes.
Fat Tuesday coming up. No, yesterday was not, in fact, Mardi Gras. It was a Monday, and it's nowhere near Lent.
No, it's not. No.
Just to get ahead of the game with the king cake. That was kind of the goal with it, by the way.
Well, it's Mardi Gras season.
I've been
eating. It's the whole. It's the
carnival.
It's the whole, it was fun.
I've been eating modest portions of king cake, but every day. So I'm having a reasonable sweet, but I haven't had anything else sweet. I've just been working my way around that ring. It's just so good. It's so good. It's not too sweet.
No, it's like a brioche. It's not. It's like a sweetbread. So it's not like. I mean, now of course the frosting adds the sweetness to it.
Yeah, there was no shortage.
But
it was good. It reminds me of those Lenten sweets, like hot cross buns.
Yeah.
When I grew up, hot cross buns. You had to go to this tiny bakery in the town I grew up in. Oh, you got to have their hot cross buns. They're not even that good.
I know.
They're just the only show in town.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it's a seasonal thing. I look forward to getting one every year, and you can't really find them around here, like in the stores, like. We don't have king cakes in the stores here.
They'll make what they'll do is make like a plain yellow cake with white icing and then just put the colored sprinkles on it and then call it a king cake because it's not a thing in the north. It's not as big of a deal. It's just an excuse to drink on a Tuesday. It's not really anything other than that up in these parts.
Right.
So we're much more of a St. Patrick's Day crowd.
I'm so glad we switched that back.
I couldn't do it. Obviously,
we're experimenting with different things, different cameras, different phones, different lighting, and
and some of it looks good, and some of it doesn't.
Right. And I don't know, for some reason we have these. You probably are seeing it now.
A bar
on the top and a bar at the bottom.
Or you saw it in the intro to the intro.
Or the intro.
One or the other of these should have that.
And we can't figure out what the heck.
Not that it takes away from it. Well, it took my attention away because we're talking about it. But
right. Right. Well, I guess the point is we're trying different stuff.
Mixing it up a little bit.
Mixing
it up a little bit.
Trying to improve.
Yeah.
Well, how was your day?
My day was okay.
Good.
I was home. There was snow randomly last night into today.
Yeah,
they said snow showers, and there was a decent coating. Was there snow on the car when you got
this morning? Yeah.
Yeah. So I had my normal 10-minute, to get ready, walk from the bed to the couch to the chair, wherever, sit. Bandit and I haven't bonded yet today, though we haven't been fighting.
Oh, well, that's good.
We fought yesterday. Oh my God. Okay, so we share the chair because now we're in love. So he sits there before me. Now, I can't sit on his tail. I don't want to sit on his tail. So I was like, Bandit, move. Get up, and then I'll sit, and you can get back. And he, meow. And that was cute. And then I thought, well, just move your tail. I'll just wait. So I sit. He doesn't move. And I sat on part of his tail. Hiss, ha, swipe. Right at my finger. He didn't cut me, but he's not declawed. I don't like declawing cats.
No, he does this thing where he punches you.
He punches the claws aren't out. He'll keep them in, but it's like when he bites you, he's like, har, har, har.
Yeah.
But nothing. So we didn't bond today. But
he was a grumpy kitty. It was first thing in the morning, and
the first thing in my morning too. I didn't bite him.
Yeah, well, this is true.
And slash him.
Now I get up about 2 hours prior to that.
Yeah.
And he is sleeping in the chair, up, all curled up, looking like a shrimp, sleeping, and then he wakes up, stretches, and then comes over and sits on me.
Yeah.
While I watch the news and get ready, get my day going, get ready for work. And then I'll be like, the alarm goes off because it means I got to get ready to, that gives me my 15-minute mark, and he knows it.
Yeah.
So he looks and he's like, oh crap, and I'm like, I know, I got to go to work. But he gets up, he walks down, and then he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Then he goes into bed with you.
Yeah, and then he sleeps with me
until you get up.
And then he may or may not get out of bed till noon.
Yeah.
Depends.
Yeah.
But today was a work day. No more, no less. Just another work day. My mood's been, we're waiting. I talked to the doctor and they said give it another 2 weeks, and that was a week ago. So we're going to give it one more week.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to start punching people in the throat.
They didn't see before.
Oh.
You know.
Well,
you had a change in meds.
I had a change in meds about a week ago.
Yeah.
I had a dose change on my antidepressant. It was this time last year. And you know what? It's like 1 year since I was in the hospital too.
It was, yeah.
So I cycle pretty, at least it's predictable. It didn't, for a few years it stopped being predictable because I switched antipsychotic medications. So it used to be like, okay, every time this year it gets bad and I could plan for it and it was more predictable. Then for a few years when I switched, it was like, maybe today, maybe tomorrow is the day I set sail. We'll find out. So I had to change in the antidepressant medication, and the symptoms are lifting, but not all at once.
Slowly.
Very slowly. So, and think as though, as far as external stimuli, work's good, relationship is good. I have a fiance. Family's alive and healthy. Financially, things are pretty good at the moment. There's no external triggers. I can't,
Right.
I could sit in a therapist's office and be like, I could, let's see, what happened when I was 4 that scarred me.
Right.
No,
it's
I just
depression.
don't. It's just, and I'm just waiting for the meds to kick in for it to lift. And in the meantime, I'm still exercising every day. I've been eating really well, actually, for about a week and a half.
Yeah, you have.
Even when it's shit food, it's portion controlled. So I'm still been, and I feel so much better when I wake up in the morning without that.
I know, yeah.
Like the food hasn't moved.
I know. When I pig out the night before, I'm always so mad the next morning.
It's like a damn party happens on his side of the bed. There's smashed chips on the floor. There's spilled drinks. There's yogurt everywhere. I don't know who you invite over to party after I pass out. But there's a mess. There's an absolute mess. Because I end up making the bed in the morning. I do like all the little make the bed, do the dishes stuff when I'm on like lunch or whatever. And, trashed. Not all days.
Well, we need to switch it up. Like we need a mattress. The mattress is terrible. I'm crippled when I wake up in the morning. But I have a little nightstand next to my bed where I keep my drink and my chips and my yogurt. But it's not working, obviously.
Yeah.
Because I'll bump whatever I bump it. So I'm notorious for spilling iced tea in the bed.
Yeah.
Or
I'll wake up and there's
yogurt
like a fan
in the
propped
bed.
up blowing onto the bed on your side of the bed.
Yeah, because I have to clean it. I have to get out the carpet cleaner and clean it because iced tea will ferment if you don't clean it.
I know, it gets like yeasty.
So I get the cleaner out, and then if you're sleeping, I have to try to do it really quietly. It's just a mess.
I sleep pretty soundly.
You do?
Usually.
Yeah,
I don't usually wake up. When I do wake up, things aren't well. It's like I'm waking up at like every single hour. Fortunately, that's not usually an issue.
Yeah.
So,
and the chips, I mean, what I end up doing is in a haze, like in the middle of the night, I'll grab chips and then fall asleep. Terrible. And I justify it by saying, well, they're baked chips. They're baked.
You have like night eating though, like
I do have I always ate at night. Always, as long as I can remember, I ate at night.
I like eating at night. It's the OMAD. I mean, that's what we pretty much do as far as eating. And actually, the OMAD's been working well for me since I've switched back to like healthier eating.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say half the food I eat in my OMAD is like it grew that way. Like a vegetable or a fruit or a whole grain or something like that. And then probably the other half is crap, split between desserts and probably processed food.
Yeah.
But still a little better than it was. And the weight is coming off. It's coming off slowly because we didn't gain our weight overnight and we're not going to lose it overnight.
Right.
We're not. But at least I'm not intuitive eating because...
This is true.
You'd have to cut the door out to get me out of here if I was intuitive. I love it when people say that. I can eat whatever I want and I don't get fat. Yeah, but you couldn't eat whatever I want and not get fat.
Exactly.
You could never eat as much as I want and not get fat.
Right?
You're one of those people that just forgets to eat. Screw you.
Ugh.
Never been one of those people.
Not myself either.
Never been one of those people.
No, OMAD works good for me too.
One meal a day for anyone who's not familiar with the term. It's like intermittent fasting, but it's like a 24-hour fast.
Yeah.
You just eat in one sitting.
One sitting, yeah. And I do it. I don't eat anything all day long.
And
like
I don't get
nothing
hungry
at all.
really during the day.
No,
Every
I don't
so
either.
often, I have coffee and 0-calorie beverages during the day. And that's pretty much it.
I just am anxious to get off of my steroids so that I can hopefully see some results. You know, I know it sucks. Ooh, it sucks, y'all. But I'm down to. You know, I've been experiencing some mood issues as well too the last couple weeks, and I do believe that it's related to the steroids. I did a pretty big titrate. And I probably should have done it slower, you know, and it was messing with my mood. And of course, he was in a space, so I didn't really want to bring it up. Like, you know, like if you're both going through something at the same time,
you don't want to dump on the other because
who's
you
the
figure
word?
the other's going through more.
Right. And I knew what was going on, and it is what it is. It is. It's the steroids, because we did a test and I took a little bit more milligram wise. The symptoms went away. So my titrate is now 1 milligram a week. You know, until I get down. So what do I have? Another 8.5 weeks until I'm off of it.
That's not terrible.
But it's not terrible, no. And as it goes down, I should be able to drop some weight too, you know. But I've introduced some better foods too. I still do eat processed foods a lot, which I'll get away from. But I do like to use like the lean cuisines and the healthy choices when I'm dieting.
Yeah.
At the beginning, you know.
Yeah.
And I do try to, you know, choose the ones that are minimally processed, they say.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if there's any claim to that or up, but it makes me feel a little bit better.
The lure of processed food is, and this is one of my old, like, eating disorder hangups. It's calorie counted. There's no guessing.
Right.
I don't have to put in all the ingredients into Calorie King or one of those fitness things and come up with it. In my head, where if I'm dieting, sometimes get preoccupied with how many calories are in this. He gets
preoccupied with numbers.
This is the fine line I walk when I'm trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
So if it's already counted, it's done. It's like, oh, this is 200 calories.
Yeah.
You know, on the extreme end, you get folks who are like weighing apples to see if they're 10 calories less or more because of how many grams they are. On an extreme end, it can get that far. I try to keep it a little more light. But prepackaged foods are labeled with that. You know, chicken isn't. You gotta weigh it.
Right.
You gotta weigh it.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how small 4 ounces of chicken is.
It really is, I know.
It's such a lie when you go to restaurants.
But I've been cooking more too, which is good
cooked
too.
Last night?
Yeah, and then before made the soup, but anyway, so we're making changes.
Replacing the bad with the better.
With the better, exactly. That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not perfect.
Moving the needle
it's
towards healthy.
I really would like to, by summertime, be in a place where I'm comfortable with my body. You know, I don't think that's unattainable. And I mean summer like 6 months from now. You know, like June, not like, you know, April. April's not summer, you know.
It's kind of a moving target, because I know folks that are bigger than me, that are bigger than some other big folks we know, and they are comfortable with their bodies right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not particularly either. In clothes, I'm groovy. I can do the worm, but like, I don't care. Wiggle jiggle, it's all covered up. But you know, you go to the beach and it's different. I'm you know, strutting around like you're I couldn't do it.
No,
not at this point.
No, I wouldn't either. And I like to take it all off.
But the thing is, though, I don't feel like anything is missing from my life if I don't go shirtless at the beach.
Right.
It's not even on the bucket list.
Right.
Like,
you know.
You're like, oh, nude beaches? No, thank you. No, thank you.
I love nude
I'll sit there fully clothed like a perv and just watch. But I'm not taking my clothes off.
I know. I know. Nude beaches. The nude beaches are the ones in the clothes. They're the pervs.
Yeah. Everyone should be naked but me. That's the rule of the nude beach.
Hey guys, Mark here with another vignette for you. Oh yeah, this is where we share short little clips of, well, things that interest us and hopefully interest you. And today, we're talking homemade vanilla. Oh yeah. Now, this was actually a viewer request. Well, actually, several viewer requests for my homemade vanilla recipe. And y'all, it is so super easy to do, all right? It will take a good dessert to a great dessert. Trust me, just trust me, and it's super easy to do, okay? And you only need a couple of ingredients. First thing you're going to need are vanilla beans, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. You will need a bottle of some sort. I got this bottle at the restaurant that I worked at. It's just an empty liquor bottle, and this is what we're going to use for today's demonstration. Now, you can use any size of bottle that you want, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but you want to make sure that you have a lid for it, and if you don't have a lid, grab yourself a little cork, okay? In addition to that, you'll need a funnel, a knife, and vodka. Oh yeah. Now, you can use any type of vodka. As a matter of fact, this is probably one of the only times you're going to hear me say, go ahead and get the cheap stuff, okay? The only requirement is make sure it's 80 proof, okay? It has to be at least 80 proof to make homemade vanilla, okay? Now, as you go on your journey of making homemade vanilla, you'll probably find that you really, really enjoy it. You can use other liquors too. It doesn't have to be vodka. You could use bourbon, brandy, even rum makes excellent vanilla. In fact, I made a bourbon vanilla. It was divine, let me tell you. But we're starting with the basics here. We're going to use vodka, all right? So, let's get started right off. Now, this bottle I've had probably, I'm going to say, at least 8 years. I'm not sure. I made this bottle when I first moved here to Scranton and got my job at the restaurant that I worked at. So it has to be at least 8 years. And the good thing about this is you can keep topping it off and refilling it once you start. But we'll talk about that later, all right? So the first thing you want to do is make sure that your bottle is nice and clean and dried. Remove all the labels. You know, you want to make it look pretty because you're going to be proud of this when it's done, all right? And then you're going to want to get some vanilla beans, all right? Now, any vanilla bean will work, and they're sold in two different grades, grade A and grade B. Now, grade B is sold specifically for extracting vanilla extract from it, okay? But grade A works just as well. I've used both. Use either one, okay? I would recommend using Madagascar vanilla beans. That's my personal favorite. They're nice and plump. They have a great flavor. But you could also use Tahitian vanilla beans. Even Mexican vanilla beans will make a great vanilla extract, okay? I'm using Madagascar today, okay? And what we're going to do is lay them out just like this, okay? Let me open my bottle here. And you're going to want to split your bean. And it's as simple. There's no, don't worry about doing this perfectly. Just hold your vanilla bean and cut right down the center just like that. And that is it. That's all you have to do to the vanilla beans. Now, for some of you seasoned bakers out there, you know at this point you would open up the vanilla bean and you'd scrape all those seeds out. That's what you want for baking. Well, we want the whole bean for our vanilla extract, okay? And then it's as simple as putting it into your bottle, just like that, okay? I already split these, so I'm going to put those in. And obviously, you're going to be starting with an empty bottle, just using this for demonstration, okay? All right, you're going to put that in there, and then we are going to fill the rest of it up with our vodka. Now, you're going to need more vodka than this, okay? Get yourself a fifth if you're going to do a bottle this size, okay? Now, get a funnel. This will be your best friend, and I'm topping mine off, but you would be starting right from the beginning, okay? And yours obviously would be clear, okay? And that's all there is to it. You'll seal it up with your cork or your lid, and then you let it sit and give it a little shake maybe once a week, okay? And that's all you do. Now, the amount of vanilla beans to vodka, this all depends on how much vodka and how much extract you want to make, okay? I recommend 5 to 6 vanilla beans for every 8 to 10 ounces of extract you want, okay? Now, I've had this going for quite some time, and you can see there's a lot of vanilla beans in there, okay? Now, vanilla beans will last submerged in vodka for years. They will. And if you decide to strain your beans out of there and just have pure vanilla, that will last indefinitely. The old rule stands true. If it smells good, it's still good. Let me tell you. I told you, I've had this for 8 years. It's just Perfect. All right. So you're going to let that sit there and give it a little shake there every 2 weeks. Now, timing. This, I would say this requires patience, okay? Because you want to let your vodka infused with your vanilla beans, you want to let it sit at least 8 weeks, okay? At least 8 weeks. But for that true, rich, dark, just delicious flavor, give it 6 months to a year. Trust me, the longer you wait, the better it gets. Seriously. I know it is January and I'm already thinking about next year's holiday baking. Oh yeah, this is the perfect time to start it. If you start it in January, you will have the best vanilla for your holiday baking, let me tell you. All right? So, now, after you have that and you've been using it, it's super easy to top it off, okay? There's 2 ways you can do it. You can just top it off as you use your vanilla, just add a little bit of vodka, for those of you who just have vodka on hand at your house to use whenever you want. We don't drink here. So what I tend to do is I allow it to get down about halfway. And then when I know that I'm not going to have any baking coming up for a couple weeks, I'll top it off, the rest of the bottle like that. But feel free to top it off as you use it too. You definitely do not have to wait another year to use it whenever you're topping it off, okay? Just give it about a week or so and it will be just fine, okay? All right. Now, one of the great things about this is I think these talk about a homemade gift that will knock people's socks off. Now, I do this every year, so I don't have one to show you, but I get these little 1-ounce jars like this, and I make little labels that say homemade vanilla on it, kind of like these. This is my rosemary infused olive oil, and this is my rosemary almond sugars, to gift. But I would do homemade vanilla on here, and then I would gift them at Christmas time. It makes a fantastic gift, let me tell you. Oh my gosh. Okay, now, as you can hopefully see, I don't know, but as you allow it to age and you give it a shake, you will notice these little black things, kind of floating in there. And you're wondering what the heck they are. I wish I could show you some. There we go. If you can see them up there. Okay. Those are vanilla seeds, right? Now, some of your hardcore homemade vanilla makers will say you have to strain your vanilla. I don't do that. The vanilla beans will actually add to your baked goods, okay? Now, of course, I wouldn't put a whole vanilla bean in there if it comes out, okay? But the seeds, keep them in there. That's where all the flavor is. And if some of them get into your baked goods, that's fantastic. Have you ever had a vanilla bean cake where you can see the beans in it? Those are the vanilla beans. That's what these are. But if you are, if you do want to strain it, you'll need to get some cheesecloth and pour it over cheesecloth and strain it all out so you have a real clear vanilla, especially if you want to gift it to someone. That's totally up to you, okay? Okay, so storage. You want to store your vanilla in just room temperature, away from direct sunlight, okay? And you will be totally fine. And like I said, this will last for years and years and years. Now, when you're using your homemade vanilla, it's exactly the same as you would use store-bought vanilla. It's exactly the same. If your recipe calls for a tablespoon, use a tablespoon of homemade. It's the same, all right? Now, one last thing I wanted to say. After you are, after you have your homemade vanilla, I encourage you, do a little test. Get some store-bought vanilla and get some homemade vanilla and compare the difference. There's a huge difference, and that difference transfers right over to your baked goods. So much better, trust me. When you do this, you'll never buy the store brand again. You'll certainly never use imitation vanilla again, right? All right. That's what I got for you today. I hope you give it a try. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time, all right? So, I don't know, but I guess enough of serious stuff.
Yeah.
Weight loss.
As serious as nude beaches.
Nude beaches and weight loss.
The wobbling is.
Taking our shirts off.
But
anyway, at any rate, love that slogan. Oh, we're working on, so many people have been asking, when are you going to get your t-shirts? When are you having new t-shirts made? So We're working on it. Oh, yeah.
It's in the works.
So if you have any slogans or any ideas, definitely shoot them on over to us.
Mm-hmm.
One person said we should make t-shirts that say,
At any rate.
at any rate.
Maybe I'll swap it out for the new year with "Be that as it may."
Be that as it may.
It's just a long way of saying, like, you know, but or get on with it.
Yeah, right. I know.
At any rate, like,
yeah.
Let's keep it moving, sister. Come on.
But it's time. We should. We only had one
should.
t-shirt made. It was the Halloween t-shirt, you know, and
Yeah.
everyone kind of said, "Oh, I'd like to have a t-shirt." So they're good for giveaways and stuff like that. I know.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get a t-shirt soon. I think that'll be great. So,
Yeah, it's my time.
Yeah, and we have a lot of. I mean, we're working on a lot of stuff coming up in the future.
Yeah, new ideas.
We're trying things out this month, you know. Well, as you probably have seen, you know, I'm getting a little better with the
editing,
with the stuff,
things that pop up on the screen,
yeah,
things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's really been nice for me because for the bulk of the channel, I was doing editing.
Oh, you were doing
and
it, yeah.
because it was mostly a discussion channel when I was just doing it, just me talking, very little editing.
Mm-hmm.
Snip off the beginning when I'm getting the camera ready, and then at the end when I'm getting it off, and that's pretty much it. Maybe edit out something in the middle if I didn't like what I said. But as the videos are becoming more like interactive, around the house, moving places, the editing has become more important, and you are doing a fantastic job.
Aw, thank you. You know,
and not just because it creates less work for me.
What I found is that like doing like cooking or baking or the DIYs and stuff, it's a very creative process, and I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish. Sometimes I wish I had more time. Like I wish I didn't have a job, you know. Like, cause I wish I had more time to do it because I think they would get better.
I have to say, after we filmed yesterday's video, okay, we filmed it, and then you sat down and edited it.
Yeah,
you weren't sitting there very long putting that video together.
No, it felt like forever. I don't know.
Not as long as some people who do vlogs and act like they are pushing a
I know, right?
uphill.
Yes.
They're like, oh my god, it's just so much work and so much editing to do videos that aren't vlogs. I mean, it's.
I agree.
Especially since you've only started doing it like 2 weeks ago.
And you know what? It is work. It is. Any type of thing like this is work. There's uploading and downloading and all that.
And I don't know how to do it, so I'm not pointing fingers. But
it's not work. I mean, it's not like, you know,
an 8 hour
sit down like some people say.
Yeah. Especially if you're not doing that like every day of the week. If you're doing it like 3-4 days a week, and that's the extent of what editing is, I'm like, wow, some people got it easy.
And they don't have a job.
That is the job.
That is the job. They have nothing else
job
to do. But I don't know. I mean, not that we're professional or anything, but you know, we're trying.
I wouldn't want to do what they do for a professional. Profession. I would want to do what we do.
Oh yeah,
for,
I would.
For a job, but I wouldn't want to do what some other folks do for a job.
Oh no.
Not morals, not nothing, not judging, just not my gig.
Not my gig, no. I really have enjoyed doing this, you know, and coming up with new content and thinking of things. We've got a lot of viewer suggestions and ideas, and it's so cool. We're working on a couple specials too now, which is fun. We're gonna get back to that.
A special involving
cats, kitty cats. Oh yeah, we're gonna do a kitty cat special, and of course we're gonna do a Valentine's special.
Mm-hmm.
What else are we working on? Oh, we're gonna bring back some segments that people had asked for.
Oh, shout outs.
They'd
be back.
You know, I guess that was a mistake that I don't know. I thought maybe it was kind of past its time. Like I don't know. I just thought. I don't know why we stopped doing it. I just thought maybe switch it up. Maybe people were tired of it. But then when people started mentioning, what are you going to continue to do the shout outs? I'm like, all right, yeah, of course. Yeah. We love it, you know. So if you want a perfect opportunity.
If you would like a shout out. Leave in a comment below your name, whatever name you go by, and where you're from. And we will do a shout out. We do them.
Shout you out.
What ends up happening is we have a master list. We'll write down all of them randomly. I will do this and pick one out, and then we will announce it during the video.
Yeah.
So,
and then there's a giveaway involved and everything. It's a lot of fun. So I'm glad to bring that back.
Yeah.
I am. Because I like the interactive stuff, and I like to try to, shout out people and you know, like, and I think that's one of the ways we can do it. Yeah. You know, I don't know. Just my opinion.
Yeah. So good times are coming.
Yeah.
Good times are coming.
I don't know what else. We're working on a bunch of stuff. Well, I am anyway. I haven't broke any of it to you.
What you have.
You know. People like the vignettes. We're going to keep those.
Yeah, the vignettes are good.
Those are nice. Those are fun. You know what? Someone suggested to release those separately
as their own
YouTube shorts, or put them on Facebook stories, things like that.
Maybe
and I didn't think
Facebook.
of that.
I don't know
Idea.
how short shorts have to be.
I don't know much about it, but I'm
don't
looking
know.
into it. So
But we got them.
yeah, we
They're
got
safe,
them.
So
Yes.
well, on that note,
I think we talked your ear off.
I think we talked quite a bit.
We did.
And we covered quite a bit of ground, actually.
We did. Goodness, we did.
At any rate, thank you for following.
Yes!
And thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell on your way out so you get all the alerts and you'll know when we go live. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc, on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc, on Twitter at SmokeySteveA. Our email address and all our contact info is listed below as well. Thank you again, and we will catch up with you tomorrow for Hump Day.
It is Hump Day. Yes, it is. Half the week will be over. Yay! Time is flying.
Thank God.
Do you believe that we are like past middle January?
I don't mind when like
crazy.
unpleasant times go fast, but when you're having a good time, it goes too fast.
It does go too fast. Oh my gosh.
Well,
Remember, everybody, you know the drill. You know the spiel. You know what I'm saying. Do they?
Yeah.
Stay safe. Stay well. But above all else, stay positive, all right? We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Ciao.